We're in a global pandemic. Airlines are suffering. There is not, however, a single documented case of anyone spreading COVID by flying on an American airline where masks are imposed and required. Every time you get on Delta now, the pilot gives you this spiel about how they've got better air conditioning, the surgical grade quality air conditioners that flow down. They recycle the air so quickly, it's all within your immediate area. We've got documented cases of people who had COVID who were flying and wore a mask, and not a single person around them got COVID. We know all of these things. This is the science. These are the news stories for the past year. This is the science. This is Dr. Fauci. This is everybody who's been on TV talking about this for a year, that you get on a plane, you're safer on a plane than you are in your local grocery store when it comes to the virus. You wear a mask, and the air gets recycled so frequently on a plane, so many minutes or seconds, it gets recycled. It's all within your immediate area. Most of these airlines like Delta, they're keeping middle seats empty anyway. They're spreading people out on planes. They've got reduced capacity, and they're hemorrhaging money. They are about to go bankrupt. All these airlines are in terrible positions. And here comes Secretary Pete saying, we may require you to get a COVID test before you get on a plane domestically. Do you know it's still hard to get COVID tests? It's easier than it used to be, but it's still kind of hard. And now they're going to make you get one. And by the way, the rapid tests aren't nearly as reliable. Lot of false negatives with the rapid test. So the odds are, if they make everybody do it, there will be people who have the virus who are able to get on planes because they get a false negative. And guess what? They're not going to spread the virus on the plane. Do you know why they're not going to spread the virus on the plane? Because as my favorite Delta pilots, my beloved Delta pilots always tell us, the air filters on these planes that they fly is filtered so quickly and so well, it's better than a surgery operating theater in a local hospital. It's cleaner than your hospital surgical center's air conditioning. You're not getting the virus. There are no documented cases of it. So why is the federal government wanting to kill the airline industry? Because that's what will happen. It'll be such a pain in the butt. It will be so inconvenient for people. Overwhelmingly, people will not get on airplanes. Already, people aren't getting on airplanes. I've been on airplanes multiple times in the last couple of months, and the airports are mostly ghost towns. I had to go several weeks ago. I went up to Atlanta to fly out, and everything closes like 8 o'clock. I had a 9:30 flight. It was delayed. I got to where I was going, landed. It was almost 11 p.m., and I was starving and had to go to the hotel because even the 24-hour McDonald's was closed when I got to where I was going. It shut down at 11 o'clock. And the airport in Atlanta, you could wait a long line for a sit-down restaurant, but all the fast food places were closed. I mean, there was nobody there, and everything was closed. We're killing the airline industry. Now they want to make you get a COVID test before you get on a domestic flight when there's so much documentation that shows those aren't vectors for transmission. It's nuts. It's actually about global warming and the like.